Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Noah Clark here, and today we're going to be talking about the 2020 KX250. So jumping right in, the first change you may notice is the name of it. Instead of the 250F, they're actually just calling it the KX250. This was the two-stroke model years ago, but now since they don't have the two-stroke, I guess they just figured to drop the F off the end and just make it the KX250. The KX450 got this change, I believe, last year, and so now we have the KX450 and the KX250. So getting right into the engine, it has a new engine designed to increase power, and that's especially in the higher RPMs. They made all these changes to improve power on the high RPMs and get more revs and be able to rev higher. They revised the bore and stroke. It has a new finger follower valve actuation, larger diameter intake and exhaust valves, larger bore high performance piston, low friction camshaft pin plan bearings, stronger cam chain and relocated cam chain tensioner, shorter intake funnel, larger throttle body, and shorter exhaust system design. The revised bore is actually wider than it was last year. It is now 78 by 52.2, and this allows use for larger intake and exhaust valve for greater flow with the higher RPMs. So it's really going to open it up and let it rev to the moon. The valve train uses the finger follower valve actuation, and this is from the Kawasaki Superbike engineers. It was on the 450 last year, but it's to increase the rev limiter and allows the use of more aggressive cam profiles that the high RPM performance needs. So with these changes, as you can tell, they're just solely focused on making it rev higher and getting more out of those high RPM ranges. So moving on, kind of in the same department with the launch control. This is going to be good for slippery and wet conditions or concrete starts, say. In first and second gear, it retards the mapping and ignition, so it's going to make the bike hook up a lot better, I think is their goal with this, and it's going to help you get a better start. And then in third gear, it goes back to the normal ignition mapping immediately and resumes full power. I don't think this would be a good idea to use on a real tacky track or somewhere where you have a lot of traction, but it would be good for, say, a concrete start. Moving on to the chassis, it has new lower front engine mounts, and these new mounts are gonna make the handling feel nimbler and feel better. And then they changed from a through bolt to a stud bolt at the front of the crankcase, and the overall frame rigidity has been revised with improved ability to absorb bumps. The center of gravity and key dimensions such as swing arm pivot, output sprocket, and rear axle locations have all been carefully selected so that the rear tire of the bike drives forwards and gets as much traction as they can get it to have. So with these changes, you're going to increase handling of this bike and just increase the overall feel that you're going to have on this bike. Moving on to suspension and brakes, this is one of the big changes that I see in this bike. I believe this is going to be one of the bigger changes that it has and that everybody's going to be talking about. And I think the biggest thing is going to be the KYB coil spring forks. They're 48 millimeters, and then they also use the KYB shocks. They're going to have a Unitrack rear suspension link, and then the spring rate on the front and rear is going to be stiffer than last year also, so it's going to feel more firm and not bottom out as much, but you may have a little bit of issue if you're a lighter rider and on the lighter side of the riders. So keep that in mind. But I believe this KYB stuff is going to be really good right out of the box, and you're not going to have a trouble taking it straight to the track. The forks feature large diameter inner tubes in the forks, enabling the use of 25 millimeter dampening pistons and delivering smooth action and firm dampening. And then they also have a Kashima coat on the forks, and this is to lower the friction and make the forks slide better and feel better throughout the stroke. Moving on to the bodywork, there's not too much that has changed. It includes a slimmer radiator shroud for an aggressive race-ready look, a flatter fuel tank so you can ride around on the top of the bike easier and slide around better. The side plates are also the Kawasaki green color, which is a change from the last year, making it look more like the factory Kawi bikes. So with all this being said, the KX250 comes in at $7,800, and it's available in the Kawasaki green color. And I'd be looking for this bike in stores around mid-July, and I really think that you're going to be seeing more of these bikes out on the track, and I look forward to seeing people ride them and hopefully getting my hands on one so I can test it out. Thanks guys for watching, and if you guys haven't already, be sure to check out my 2020 Yamahas. I go over all the Yamahas in that video, not just the 250. Be sure to check that out, and all my other videos. I have riding videos and racing videos of dirt bikes and everything like that. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.